Hey guys, it's Quickie Baby and welcome back to World of Tanks. This time, Pro XXX, who I'm just going to be calling Pro X to save myself some tongue twisting throughout this video, is going to be showing us how to play in the Type 59. Now, Type 59, immediately alarm bells must be ringing for you. This is an infamous vehicle that is no longer available in the gift shop and is only really... Well, your only real chance of getting this tank is if you're able to win one of the wargaming competitions. They are like gold dust. It is very hard to pick up this tank. It didn't always be like that. This tank used to cost only 7,500 gold in the gift shop. It's cheap as chips in retrospect, considering how hard it is to get your hands on them now. Now, the Type 59 is just a fantastic all-rounder. It doesn't really have the gun depression problem that most of the Chinese tanks have. A lot like the current available Tier 8 Chinese premium medium tank, the T-34-3. It also has a 100mm gun with 181mm of penetration, able to cut through most of the opponents it can meet, as it also has preferential matchmaking. That's right, this tank is unable to meet Tier 10 vehicles. And Pro X puts in a good shot there through the Panther M10, setting him on fire. However, he exposed his side armor there to the Comet, who put a good shot in and took out his driver. And as we can see, while the Type 59 armor is definitely strong on the upper plate, it is very fallible on the lower plate, and actually it looks like that Comet might have put in a shot into his lower plate, killing his driver rather through the side of his tank. But right now, he has got a tricky situation on his hands. He manages to take out the enemy Comet that killed his driver, but there's a KV-4 ripping his way towards him. Now, Pro X loads a premium round. These have got 200 and I believe 41mm of penetration, able to easily go through the hull armor of the KV-4, taking out one of the biggest threats of the enemy team. Now that KV-4, with the 107mm with ample penetration, is easily able to butter through a Type 59. Without the premium rounds, if the KV-4 is well angled, like he was, it would be very hard indeed for Pro X to be competitive. However, fighting against an M6, who seems to be using a 76mm, it's a totally different thing. This is just easy pickings for the Type 59. The M6 has hardly any chance to be going through his vehicle, and that is a very easy way to pick up 840 damage. However, now this is a bit of a fairer fight. He has to deal with a Tiger II, who thankfully is not angling his armor very effectively and allows a lovely shot into the back of the tank. Now the Tiger II's lower plate is exposed, which allows Pro X to put one through it, and now try to side scrape around and put in a shot into the cupola of the Tiger II. However, it bounces, but the Tiger II fires, killing the T-44 that was near Pro X. Pro X sees this as his opportunity to get stuck in, bounces a shot, and secures the kill. Now, even though Pro X has done 3,000 damage in a Tier 8 premium medium tank, which is a fantastic result, if the game was to end now, this would have been a very successful round, and he would be looking at probably about 60,000 credits profit in this tank. He's not done yet. His team are 4 tanks behind, and 3 of the 5 initial Tier 8 tanks are remaining on the enemy team. They've completely surrounded Pro X's team, but thankfully they seem to be so confident that they're not interested in capping. And when you outnumber your enemies 7-3, that's a very easy thing to feel. But that overconfidence is definitely going to give Pro X an opportunity here. The Type 69 puts a heat round in through the Carnarvon, finishing him off, and Pro X picks apart the KV-13. Now he has to watch out for this Type 69. He's fired one shot, but it's very likely that he's got 3 heat shells remaining. But the Tiger II puts in a lovely shot into the side of the T-69, which allows Pro X to finish him off. A rush of blood there from the T-69. which all came tumbling down with his confidence as he got picked apart with a double tap. So now there's an ISU 152 on the enemy team. A vehicle which is capable of removing all of Pro X's remaining health. But he has to keep fighting. Now an IS-3 kills his Tiger 2 friend out of nowhere, and now that leaves him 1 versus 5. He's against 2 tier 7 tanks, 2 tier 8 tanks, and a tier 6 heavy. He is going to have to do everything that he can to be able to pick up this one. And thankfully, the SU-152 thinks he can just YOLO towards him and allows Pro X to put in 2 good shots into his hull armor, hold him still, and then evade a damaging shot, picking him apart from the game. Now the T-150 is next, who fires an HE shell at Pro X, doing about 100 damage. But there's a threat. The AMX was spotted too late and Pro X takes a shot in the side. He realizes the only way is forward. He repairs his tracks, realizing that the AMX M4 will shoot him in the side, finishes off the T-150, and now goes after the AMX M445. He misses a shot, which means that he only has 6 left. And this is a very healthy tier 7 French heavy tank. He's done 4,800 damage so far, a ridiculous amount, and he's got 110 hit points left. This is a nice clean shot though into the upper plate, and thank goodness that that rolled slightly high for 256, because Pro X has 3 shots left, and he's going to have to make everyone count if he wants to even stand a chance of removing the remaining enemy tanks. Now that was a chancy shot for a man with 3 shots left. He puts one into the top of the IS-3's weak turret and finishes him off, taking his head clean off with it. What an ammo rack there, although it was just for show really, didn't really change the outcome of the game, as it was only for 188 damage. But he is left with 1 shot remaining in his tank versus an ISU 152. The tank with the biggest gun, I believe, at tier 8 that is not on an artillery. So let's just have a quick look at the situation that Pro X has got himself into, or at least fought himself into, I think is a better way of looking at it. He last spotted the ISU over here, and he definitely can't escape to the north. And trying to get round that mound to the south does leave him vulnerable to a side shot, especially if the ISU has relocated. I personally would try and pull back along this ridge line and try and make it to the bushes here. He really needs to be able to spot his opponent without getting seen to have the highest chance possible to secure the game. But he also needs to establish just how healthy the enemy ISU 152 is. He needs to know whether he's going to be able to one-shot him, or if he has to even ram him, or try and cap out. Now sitting on 9 kills with 5,770 damage done. There is so much on the line here. There's a Pools medal on the line. There's a Kolobanov's medal on the line. And if he's able to penetrate the final shot, there's a Faden's medal on the line. If I was in Pro X's shoes here, I would be absolutely bricking it. So Pro X tries to go around the corner. He spots the ISU 152. The ISU 152 bounces, which allows him to put in a clean shot through his tank with the last shell of the game. This literally couldn't have been any closer at all. What a result for Pro X. This is one of the highest damaging games I have ever seen in a Type 59, which is quite an achievement considering the lack of ammunition that this vehicle gets. And to be able to achieve that, he literally had to make every shot count. And with a bit of luck, good skill and marksmanship, he was able to do so. Thank you so much for sending me this replay. Let's just take a very quick look at the post-game stats. So Pro X got a plethora of medals this game. He got the High Caliber, the Kolobanov's medal, one of the most special you can get, the Faden's medal for destroying the last enemy tank with the last remaining shot in your vehicle, a Steel Wall, Spartan with that ISU 152 bounce at the end, and a Pools medal. He fired 34, of which 33 hit, only missing 1 shot, and 30 of those penetrated, giving him just shy of 6,000 damage done. We also saw just how good the armor is on the Type 59 if you can get into this kind of a matchup, as he received 24 hits, of which only 9 penetrated. And even without a premium account, ProX was able to net 50,000 profit, along with 1,940 base experience. So ProX, thank you so much for sending me this replay. You had a lot of luck, but you got such an amazing result from it. And hopefully everyone enjoyed watching this replay as much as me. If you did, please consider giving the video a like down below. It really helps the channel out. And let me know what you think about the Type 59 in the comments down below. That infamous tank. I think your responses are going to be very interesting. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.